Now me again, my name na Ash. I don't come at your screen again, and today I dey with which club you dey support?
Liverpool. I'm supporting Liverpool.
You be Liverpool fan.
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan.
What be your name?
Joshua. Yeah.
So as a Liverpool fan, before we dive into transfer, we will dive into what is to come. How you cope last season?
Well, it was a very very long season. That I wouldn't lie. We actually tried our best. We didn't start well. Well, I actually predicted that the beginning of the season would be very difficult because judging from what happened last season, the preseason before this one that's already occurred, you find out that we were having so many issues with our players being informed, and one of which was because we in the season before this last one we played all competitions that came our way, and if you actually followed it up we actually made it to the finals where we you know collected some wonderful awards and rewards. So that was what played out from the preceding game, and during the preceding games we also discovered that as we played those games, our players began to have injuries because of fatigue and lack of rest. So you saw players like Thiago, players like Diaz, players like Keita, and Fabinho as well. We also Matip. Our starting 11, you have over like 5 players who were actually injured, and let's not neglect the fact that even our substitutes were also affected by this. So that was the major setback that we had last season.
So when I suffer last season.
Yes, we
Now
suffered.
the conclusion. Now the conclusion be that when I suffer. Now the conclusion.
We suffer, but
So
we tried to make use of the ending of the
so
season.
quick one.
Yeah,
The transfer business what I don't do so far.
yeah.
When I don't buy some kind players.
Yes, we.
Jobo, I mean Zobo Sly,
Yeah,
McAllister,
McAllister.
and when I they linked to some fantastic
Yes.
signings too, and when I go lose some players.
Yeah,
So looking at the transfer business, how you don't go so far for your club, the ones who wanna go lose are the ones who wanna don't buy.
Yeah.
How you feel?
Um, Based on the transfer window so far, I'm actually proud that we were able to seal the deals with McAllister and Sobozia. I'm not happy that Fabian is leaving. Neither am I also happy that we had to let go of key players like Firmino and Keita. I'm also not happy when I discovered the news earlier today that Henderson will be leaving us as well to go to Saudi Arabia. But I can actually understand their flight to these transfer windows, and they actually need to change the squad. They need to rotate it, and if they are willing to let go some players, then I think it's good. We can see how that part actually leads us to, because when you see players like Fabio, you see their impact in the squad. They've actually dropped people like Van Dijk. They were not as optimum as they were when they actually initially came, and Henderson being a legend now has stayed with the club through his good and bad times, and I can actually understand why club can decide to let him go. I would have allowed him to retire though, but these days the way football is turning into is more of a we want results. It's now more of a business kind of like, so you can actually put familiarity and love and passion instead of business, in place of business.
So talking about the top four,
Yes.
where you feel say Liverpool will end this season where they come.
Well, speaking from my own point of view, when you introduce players like McAllister and Sobozia, and obviously I know previously they at the early hours of the window, we were going for Gravenberch in Bayern Munich, but I'm not sure if that one will actually be productive now. But Klopp is actually keen on getting Lavia, and I think that should be able to cover up for players like Fabinho. McAllister should be able to replace Henderson there, and I feel wouldn't be much affected because the younger minds are beginning to strengthen their game. When you look at what's his name, Curtis Jones, and you look at what's his Keller. You see how they performed in the under 21 tournament that just ended. You can see that they've actually been strengthened in their legs and in their minds. and you see that their performances have been actually been productive.
So where you feel say Liverpool will end next season?
So we're gonna end in top four because if we could actually had that bad run last season and still still make it to the Europas, I think we can actually do well this season.
Where for the top four? Where? Position.
I don't really
You know,
have a
you know, just say top four. Where for the top
I
four?
can't really say because obviously we know that should go to Man City because Man City haven't just shown that they are the crown kings of Premier League. They've also shown that they can actually see up their game even at their top best. And you see players like you see clubs like Arsenal actually trying to fit into the squad where they've actually been lacking and to be able to sustain their winning streak. You also see clubs like Newcastle, veteran clubs like Newcastle, trying to show that okay, they can't just keep this for one season. They can actually continue and move on. And you see Brighton surprising people there and then, and Tottenham as well. So
So
I can't
so
really
so
tell.
waiting there on top of una. They fear you.
Yeah.
No, Allah.